So what we're going to be talking about today is 3 things that stop entrepreneurs. What are they and how to tackle them? When Gigi asked me to do this, she was like, oh, well, because I was like, what is it? I've honestly never heard of this, so I'm super excited to be here. And she was like, oh, it's for entrepreneurs or whatever. And I was like, perfect. I can just tell them what I've been doing. And because I literally use these tips. But before we get to that, my mom kind of introduced me already. But my name is Rika Robinson, and I am the #1 radio personality here in the Tri-Cities. Argue with me. That's who I am. And I have actually been doing radio. My parents were not surprised. I've been doing radio for over 15 years, 6 years here in the Tri-Cities. Started at Howard University in Washington, D.C. So after I left New York, I went to D.C. to go to school, and it was the best experience of my life. I do not regret it. HU is the best university in the world. Argue with me. And so I started there, and then I got a job in Seattle at KISS FM. And that was my first real commercial radio job, and it was the best thing. And then I went to Indianapolis, and I did Indianapolis radio for 5 years, and that's when I got to meet all the celebrities in the world, and it was so fun. So yes, that's Taylor Swift. Yes, that's Justin Bieber. Yes, that's Drake, and other celebrities. Not Beyonce yet. Dang it, not Oprah yet, but maybe one day. Maybe my new career path will lead me there. So radio was, and still is, my first love. But it was all about celebrities and doing the gossip and talking about them and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really have my own voice yet. Thank God I had never really been through anything quite yet. And then something happened to me that made me think, okay, I'm going to use this platform that I have to help women. And the thing that I went through was a very horrible relationship. We don't have to get into all that. It's not about that, okay? But it was a very verbally abusive relationship, and I could not believe that I landed myself in that. Not me. 2-parent household, college educated, doing my own thing, and I got into a relationship like that. Okay. Then I recovered, though, bounced back, and here I am today. So I started thinking in 2017, how can I guide women to either never get into a dysfunctional relationship, or number 2, how to get out of that dysfunctional relationship, or number 3, how to heal from that dysfunctional relationship. I have done 1, 2, 3, and actually started journaling everything that happened to me at the end of 2017 when I took a solo trip to Mexico. And that I was like, I can teach this to other women, okay? So now, self-awareness is your superpower is one of my quotes that I say all the time. It's like my signature because I truly believe that. The more self-aware you are, the better choices you will make, especially in relationships, and the more happy and healthy you will be, okay? So I didn't want to just be the girl who got dogged out by men, right? I didn't just want to be that. That couldn't be my story. Like, oh my God, so I never got married because I hate men, whatever. Didn't want that, right? So I started reading a lot in 2017, like, how can I create this? What is that? I didn't know what it was. What is that? So I started reading a lot. And also started doing a lot of photo shoots. And this actually helped me heal. I didn't do the photo shoots thinking, oh, I can heal with this. But I don't know. Everybody started wanting to put me in photo shoots, and I was like, cool. So then one of my friends was like, what do you want to be for Halloween? I said, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman had just came out, and I was like, I want to be her. That is literally me. You can't tell me I'm not Wonder Woman. You ain't seen us in the same room together. Just saying. And so, again, I started reading a lot, and Rick Warren in his book, The Purpose-Driven Life, read this at the end of 2017, and this quote stuck out to me. Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. Don't waste your pain. Use it to help others. And I was like, yup, I'm Wonder Woman. That's what I'm about to do. Still didn't know exactly what that meant, right? So again, we're now probably at the beginning of 2018. So now, starting in 2017 and then 2018 and stuff, I started blogging and whatnot because I was like, I'm going to tell my story. That's how I started. Rick Warren was like, use your pain, whatever. I started blogging. Then I started noticing my listeners started reaching out to me. Oh my God, I went through that. Oh my God, thank you for this. Oh my God, like blah, blah, blah. So I realized I do have a voice now, and it doesn't have to always be about celebrities or whatever. I can use my voice to, again, my pain to help others, right? So this is a quote by Oprah that my my life coaching foundation and my motivational speaking foundation is on. Like I love this. So most people are driven by what they think they should do, what other people have said they should do, and what they carried in their mind for a long time they should do. But the most important question you can ask yourself is, what do I really want? Okay? Once you establish for yourself what the answer to that is, have everything you do, every choice you make, move you in the direction of what you say your vision is. The reason why most people have such chaotic lives is because they're living in chaos in their head. And as soon as you get clear, it clears up. So that's Mama O. And so I guide women to clarity because, you know, unfortunately, society, what do they tell us women? Oh, the goal in life is to get married and have kids. And if you don't reach that by a certain age, oh, something must be wrong with you. So just so you know, I'm 36, no kids, never been married. Nothing's wrong with me. Okay. And so I do have a free 6-day challenge that starts October 7th. So if you do know any single women who need help from going from single and sad to single and happy, let them know about my 6-day challenge, and I do have cards to hand out. Okay, now let's get to the 3 things that stop entrepreneurs, because when I decided, okay, I'm a life coach, what does that mean? I didn't know, right? So the 3 things that kept rolling around in my head and in my spirit before I really, really took the leap was fear. How many of you, before you started your business, or even in the starting and the doing, you're still like, oh, I don't know. Exactly, right? What about assumptions? I can't do that. They're going to think I'm stupid. Okay? Also, not knowing what to do. Trying to eat the whole elephant at once. And you're like, that's a big elephant. I'm going to go back to my regular job. The easy thing to do, right? The easy thing, the comfort thing, your comfort zone will keep you where you are. Even though in your mind, I'm like, I can do so much more. I want to do more. But fear, assumptions, not knowing what to do will keep you there. So what I came up against when I was trying to start this business is one of the things that kept rolling around in my head is, who's going to listen to me? I'm just the girl on the radio. I know everything about Beyonce and Taylor Swift. I'll beat you and can't beat Rika anytime we play. So that's what I knew, right? That was my life and career for 15 years. And so now I'm like, no, I'm a motivational speaker. Who's going to listen to me? That's what kept rolling around in my head. Who's going to listen? Who's going to listen? I'm not married with kids. People only listen to people who are married with kids because they're the real adults. I'm still a child. Like, this was rolling around. Literally, these are thoughts. How many have had negative thoughts about yourself? I can't do this. I'm stupid. I didn't that. I should have majored in that in school, but I didn't, so I have to stay in this career, blah, blah, blah. So also, I didn't know how to do anything but radio. Again, 15 years of my life, that's what I did at Howard, and that's my life, right? So you think you pick a career and you have to stay in it. You cannot change, especially not at 30. Can't do that, right? So this is what I started doing. So I'm a quote hoarder. I hoard a lot of quotes, and I love them because they literally, ask my mom, I have them taped on my wall, like, I am a motivational speaker, I am this, da, da, da. So I really love this Dale Carnegie quote here, and then I actually kind of flipped it for myself too, like, clarity only comes with action. So what I started doing was like, okay, so the blog is doing well, women are loving it, what's the next step? Okay, so there's something called life coaching, what the heck is that? So then what I started doing was action to it. So I started researching it. What does it mean? I found out that you can be a certified life coach. You don't have to, but you can be. So I got into a certification program to learn all about life coaching, and I should be getting my certificate here pretty soon because I turned in all my homework. So I'll be an NLP certified life coach here in a second. But you only learn in action. So thinking the thought does nothing. So then you think of the thought, then you go home and binge watch Netflix. What is that doing? You're not learning anything. No offense, because I like Netflix too, okay? All right, so assumptions, right? That's the next thing that is hindering us, okay? What we assume others are thinking of us, especially on social media, right? You're like, I can't do a live because people are going to laugh at me. I don't have makeup on. My outfit isn't cute. I don't have the Chanel bag I want. I can't da, 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 da. So you don't do the Facebook Live or the Instagram Live or whatever because you're assuming that she is thinking of you. Little secret, most people are not thinking about you. Mm-hmm. You would be surprised how little people are thinking of you. Okay, like they literally, and even if it is something negative, pray for them. Mm-hmm. They got something going on in their life for them. You only judge others because something is going on with you. So just remember that. And also, Facebook, Instagram set you up for failure because they want you to pay. So if you're like, so I have 5,000 likes on my Just Mirica Inspires page. I literally get like 30 interactions a week because Instagram, and they just lowered the algorithm. So if you're not like in a Facebook marketing class, you need to take one because Facebook changes their algorithms literally like every 3 months. They want you to fail, so then you'll go, here's my wallet. Mark Zuckerberg needs more billions of dollars, okay? So I don't want you to take it so personal when nobody likes the post or it's only 10 likes and not 300 and blah, blah, blah. You have to learn that it's not about you. Facebook wants your money, okay? So here's the truest thing in life. You reap what you sow, okay? So this is another quote. Again, I'm a quote hoarder, right? If you do the work, something is going to come out of it. So I am like, I'm going to be the next Oprah. I'm shooting for the moon. Now, I probably won't get there, but at least I'll land amongst the stars. If I become half of what Oprah is, I'm doing pretty good. I don't need the network. I don't need the show. But I do want to motivate women, okay? So that is my mission statement in my head. I'm Oprah. I'm also Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? So if you do the work, something will come out of it. So it's set the goal, do the action, patience. Yeah. Time has to pass. Something will come, okay? So, not knowing what to do, okay? Here's a quote that I put on, it's literally on my TV, a sticky note, and I think I watch this pastor a lot. Maybe you guys know him, I'll show you in a minute. But I literally took this sticky note and put it on my TV so I would see it every day, okay? And this is what he says about not knowing what to do. Thanks, Ken. You know what to do, you do. So you do what you know, and then you'll know what to do. Yes, Pastor Stephen Furtick. I literally was like, that makes so much sense. Oh my God. So again, I wanted to be a life coach, right? I was like, oh, I don't know how to be a life coach, but there are other life coaches, so then let me go research them. Then you research them, you see what they're doing, and then you're like, okay, well, I could do that, but I kind of want to do it like this. And it's not I have to be exactly like Oprah and literally embody her, but she has a great blueprint. Yeah. You know? So you know what to do. Move. And then you only learn in action. You do not learn, I'm sorry, by binge watching on Netflix. You don't. Okay? Now, tips on how to not eat the whole elephant, okay? So I literally wrote this out. I have so many journals from 2017 and 2018 and stuff. First thing, who do you look up to? So it's hard to become what you don't see. So if you've never seen it, you don't even know it exists, number one. And if you don't have like a role model, humans are very good at modeling people. And it could be a negative way or a positive way. So find somebody that you're like, I want to be like her. Again, shoot for the moon. If you land amongst the stars, it's better than where you were, right? So who do you look up to? Obviously, Oprah. And then who can you model? So the person you look up to and the person you can model, it could be two different things. And it doesn't have to be a celebrity, obviously. It could be somebody in your community, probably even better. If you're like, this person is doing what I want to do, so how can I go ask them questions. Faith Hovde, where are you? I started asking her questions. She got a business. She's successful. How do I be like you? We're not doing the same thing, but she still has a business. You know, so she definitely helped me, especially in the beginning. So next, what are you watching? Now, I'm a true believer in faith comes by hearing, and your eyes are the windows to the soul. Literally, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Does anybody check their phone? Who's checking their phone? Tell on yourself. I was like, me. Stop it. Because the first thing that you're putting in your mind is, oh, they're on vacation. How come I'm not on vacation? Or she has a better outfit than me. How come I don't have a better? And you're literally feeding yourself negativity. It matters more than you think, what you are watching and what you are seeing. Stop feeding yourself crap. So this year has been my Dave Ramsey year. And I'm like, I'm going to get out of debt by 2020, which, by the way, it happened. I will be done. I pick up my check today. I refinance or whatever. But I stopped. I love to travel. I'm a summer baby. So if there's a beach, I'm going. So I used to follow a lot of travel influencers, but I stopped. I was like, unfollow, because I don't want to wake up. It's February. We got all this snow on the ground. Remember February? Y'all remember? It's coming back. Please no. And I don't want to see all of them on beaches and I'm stuck in snow. So I had to delete all of them because I knew, like, I cannot do what you're doing and I want to. I don't want to wake up and be mad and be angry, like, oh God, I've got to dig my car out. It matters more than you think, okay? And also, do you read? You cannot grow your business if you're not growing. Like I literally have a webinar that I'm going to be on today later about how to grow your business. Like I got a Facebook call I'm doing on Tuesday with Facebook, like how to Facebook market. Like if you're not growing in whatever area it is you want to grow in, your business is not going to grow, okay? So I brought this book. So I'm a reader. I'm on book 18 of 2019. Yay. But I read this book, I think this was like book 3 of this year. If you've never read the story about Nike, has anybody read this book? So Phil Knight created Nike, okay? When I was reading this book, talk about not eating the whole elephant. And I'm almost done. I literally got probably like here in the book. That's over halfway. And I was like, did Nike make it? I literally had to go look at my shoes. I was like, those are Nikes. Okay, so they do make, like, I was concerned for him. Like, he started, all he had was an idea, like, I just want people to love to run. He didn't even call it Nike at first. He didn't know what he was doing. It took him about 10 years before he started getting successful. And now obviously Nike is what it is. But this book is so good if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to build your business to understand you don't have to have it all together. He doesn't even know why he named it Nike. He has no, I don't know, we've had some names and then because we had to change the name and then I just picked Nike. You don't even know why. You don't have to know everything before you start. You'll figure it out. Remember, clarity only comes with action, right? So this is a good book. That's my suggestion. And always have a why. Why are you doing what you're doing, right? Obviously, you do have to live, so you do want to make money. But what is your true why? So I got this message from a girl maybe about last year when I started blogging. And you could read it for yourself. But I love the end where she's like, I finally had the strength to leave because I knew I deserved better. Thank you for all that you do for women. You are changing lives for the better. And I literally, when I read that, I started crying. And then I had to screenshot it and then I put it on my vision board because I was like, yo, I caused a girl to leave her abusive relationship, and this was physically abusive. Like, she had to have surgery because of this guy, and she left him because of just my post. That's dope. So this is my why, and it's like I said, it's on my vision board, so I remember. So I will end with this. T.D. Jakes says this quote, successful people are not any more gifted than you. And he said this in a sermon he was doing because he was talking about he's been... Send your message. Siri, ain't nobody talking to you? Shh. Okay. That's how you know they're watching us. Okay. So, I'm telling you. So T.D. Jakes was doing a sermon and he was saying, and obviously it was uplifting people who, trying to encourage them to do better, And he was saying, I've been in the same rooms as Oprah and I know all these famous people. Successful people are not any more gifted than you. In fact, in many cases, they are less gifted, less talented, and less skilled. They do not have more than you. They just think differently than you. Okay? Again, Pastor T.D. Jakes. So I think I'm Oprah. I'm sorry. You can't tell me any different. You know what I mean? So you have to think that you will make it. I can do this. Okay? There's no can't. Thank you. That's my time.